Okay, the rod diameter is 1.5 inches, and we have 1 inch 442 or so roughly. Come in with 20. Okay, 481. There's 5. Alright, we're going to see where that inner ring is touching, and we're going to bring this in, and we're just in line with it. And we're going to take our Sharpie here, and I'm just okay, I just put a Sharpie there, color, and all I want to do is spin it until I just take the color off. Okay, I was just starting to take that color off one little spot there, so I set my dial at 0. Now I'm coming back out here and I'll set this at 0 and feed through. Left a little bit of that Alumatap on there while I went around and emeryed this thing so that it would gloss it up pretty good. As good as you're gonna be able to gloss it. Okay, now we're all good. This back face, the OD, this little chamfer, the face is clean, the bore's to size. Alright, and that bore did finish up at 5 inches 20, and just get, you know, we can't have it any tighter than the rest of this bore. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get a boring bar, and we're going to put an insert or make a high-speed bit come in here so that we can come in there and touch off that groove there. And we're going to grab our book so we know exactly the width and depth and all that good stuff. Okay, in my collection I have, alright, we found a small bit that was already pre-ground for plunging in, and short and stout we can put in the boring bar here, and we'll be able to reach in and do that groove. Now before we actually get in there, we know that this is under 3/16, but it's not much. This is an 1/8 inch right here, so we can gauge the thickness by touching this off the back side and then coming out. Alright, so we're going to get this mounted in here, and we might actually, oh, it's just gummy, I think. Well, we're going to go kiss this on the grinder just to make sure that we got all the burrs, and this thing will be able to slip in here. Yeah, a little tight. Alright, I got it to slip in here part way, and it's a little bit gummy there, and there could be a burr in there. Having a plastic mallet helps a lot sometimes if you have to tap in a tool bit there, and we should be able to clamp in on that now. Alright, and we're pretty square on our setup. Our compound is square, and that's looking pretty good. Alright, now we're going to be able to reach in there, and we can stare in this way here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut that till we scrape the bottom of the existing bore, and we have the width of 3/16 of an inch, and that will let the new wiper fit right in there. And you do have to turn it in the opposite direction if you're working on the back side. We don't need any feed. Now that we're in there, we can come in and we can touch that back side with our bit. We get the light right here. Okay, now we're touching it. Now we can set 0. We can come back to where we were. So that was only about 30 there. Okay. Just barely skipping the bottom on a couple spots there. Two little spots where it was really hammered in, really mushroomed up the inside there. Alright, so 1/8 and 50 would be 175, and we know that that's got to be 3/16 of an inch. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it another 10 thousandths. Should be right on the money. Looks good. Looks nice and uniform. One little light spot right there, but that's a far better than it was. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a little bit of paper. We're going to break that little edge right in there. Nice and smooth. Alright, let's just see if the seal don't start in there. Oh yeah. Yep. Alright, we're going to be good on that. Nice diameter. Surface. Material is all saved. Alright. Let's go ahead and put in 2 holes for the spanner. And then we can get the part out there and start assembling these cylinders. Put them together. Alright. With the super spacer bolted down, our table moved all the way over. We didn't even have to pull that vise out, so we can leave that vise is all dialed in. Alright, so all we need to do, just kind of set this in a ballpark. And I think we have a straight 1/4 inch rod. We kind of keep nominal size rods around here. There we go. So we can just put that in the drill point, and we'll just hand move our table so we can quickly locate exactly where we're at there. Alright, now those are basically just two drill points. Now we're going to make sure that our spanner takes the 1/4 inch after we drill them here. And we put it in here and get a depth of 0 so we can drill them at the same depth there. Alright. Our 4 position masking plate is in the bottom of this, so all we have to do is go 1 90-degree turn that way, and let's go ahead and put some speed in here. There we go. And they were about 5/16 of an inch on the depth there from where our indicator was here. And there we go, there's 0. Alright, now we rotate it 180. There we go, there's our 2 new holes. Alright, let's go get the spanner wrench. Alright, and there we go. It's going to be a lot better than that. It's nice to have nice tight spanner holes. Okay, and I don't even think I'm going to break the edge there on them. I'm going to wipe the tool off from using the greasy tool here. Yep, there we go. Alright, now we can rinse it off and we can go ahead and assemble our cylinder now. We polished the bore with our little flapper wheel on a stick there. This shoulder back here really looks nice. When we friction drive this in between here and polish this outside here, we got all of these dings and stuff off of here, and we'll be able to friction drive the piston itself. That needs to be cleaned up as well. Alright, we went ahead and we got our rod seal in there. Now we're just going to put a little bit of super lube in here and a little bit of super lube on our shaft wiper here. Alright, and we're going to pop this in. Where's our pocket scale here? Pocket scales are working pretty nice at poking into. There we go. Alright, it's a nice tight groove there. Alright, so our wiper's in there and everything else is all good in there. So now we can go ahead and we're going to slide this on to our rod here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put our outer seals on here. So we're just going to give it just a little bit more here. I'm going to pull this off the end here, and we're going to probably push it down here on the ground just because. Alright, there we go. We've got it past the other rod seal in there, and go get ourselves some clean towels here. Alright. Alright, with this hanging over here, and wipe this with a nice clean rag. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we got a cupped backup ring here. Just got a radius in on the side that faces the O-ring, and then a nice clean O-ring, and we're just going to put a little bit of a lube in there just so there's some around on the inside there, and when it goes in it kind of touches and matches up with that. Alright, back up, and O-ring is on here. Now there's a compression ring just like the piston has right here, and we're going to go get that and they're right here. Now there's actually two of them. I have one that goes on the piston itself and one here. We're going to put this one on first, and then I'll slip everything together here. We get this little sleeve that goes on here. So I'm going to put this one on first, but we go in and we do a little microwave boiling water heat trick. It makes them go on a lot better. And then we take our regular piston ring clamp, put it around there, and it shrinks it down nice, holds it there. We let it set for a little bit, and then it lets the installation into the cylinder without any, basically without too much effort. Alright, we're going to get the first one ready here, and we go ahead and get it out of the package. Now the O-ring we can go ahead and slap that right on there. Alright, now we got this container. This is just a coffee container here, and I have about that much water in the bottom. We're going to go put this in the microwave for 2 minutes and then come out and we're going to install it right onto there. Okay, let's go ahead and put on the second one here. We've got this nut all tightened up. It was just quickly put it in our vise there at the drill press and gives us a good hold and a nice block of wood there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to drop that in the water. We're going to go put this in the microwave and come back and slip that one on. Alright, there we go. Okay, now that we have those on there, you see how they're a little bit loose? This one here is tightened up a little bit, but it can tighten up some more. Alright, I'm going to slide these two together here. I'll push it down on the floor. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put my clamp on here. And yeah, of course, I got my wrench in the shop. Let's go get it. Alright, now I'm just picking an area right here, and what I'm doing is just cranking these down so that we holding them tighter, you know, all the way collapsed into there, and they squish slightly into the O-rings and becomes nice and flush to the surface. And we let them sit there and they actually will relax and shrink down into that diameter there. And then just before we slip this in, we remove this, we give it a light coat of lube, and the piston and the end cap will slide right into place, right inside. Okay, we're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and pop this. Light lube around here and around the O-rings, a little on the barrel, and surprising as much junk it got in there and actually scored up the aluminum, the bore looks really good. Now there's a key thing too of what you do and what you don't do, and you listen to your customer, and the customer says, hey, what I can afford right now is, can you fix that and that and that, and leave that. Alright, so that's basically what I've done. Okay, now we go ahead and we get our spanner wrench, and where did I leave that? Here it is. Alright, now we got two new holes here, which is real nice. And we give it a threading in. I was asked if sometimes I do a weld buildup and then do some machining to it and then have to go and build it up again. And the answer is, through the years, yes, I've had that happen to me. It happens a lot less now. The more experience you get and the more you look. I do favor like spring calipers and a couple things like that that really kind of help you get the idea of dimensions without getting burnt. You know, you can't always hold a tape measure or a micrometer or something up there, but you can hold spring calipers. Are very, very useful tool, and they let you get a good visual on how much material you built up, inside and outside as well. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and hold this here, and a light snugging. But I'm just making sure that they're not damaging these. These are your tools to get things in and out. Okay? That's why some people will take punches and they don't have the exact tool that it takes to take something apart, so they cause damage on trying to get it apart. And now there's no more pipe wrenches around here, marks around here, and the outside of the cylinder. I got rid of all the burrs there, and the thing is really nice now. Alright, there we are. Good to go. Alright, I know it's tight in here to get a good camera shot of it, but that's probably about the best view of the Sheldon Lathe that I'll be giving away. It's 100% functioning. There's nothing broken on it. All the gears and everything else are all 100% intact, and all the functions are all working on it. The back gears in here 100% complete. Quick change, carriage, and everything is complete. There is no like taper attachment or tracer attachment or anything else that came with this lathe when I got it. It does have a threading dial, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3-jaw, 4-jaw faceplate, and I'll set up, I think I have a dead center, and I have a couple light duty live centers. Now this one's free here. This one, I think they may need to have some new bearings put in them. That's what came with the lathe. I'll be throwing those in as well, and a real nice drill chuck I'll throw in here. A full set of holders that go along with this. I'll go ahead and I'll pick up a new holder set for my lathe, and this here is a 104 set, I believe. AXA1. So anyway, I've got the turning, actually the one with the V in it. I got the knurling, the part off tool. Like I said, it's a complete set of tool holder. This is 3-phase, so you may have to pick up a phase converter to run it, which, you know, the rotary phase converters are not that expensive. You can find them on eBay and Craigslist and things like that. I used to have a 5-horse and I used to have a 15-horse phase converter, and I bought both of those brand new, and they weren't that expensive. The smaller one was about $800, and the 15-horse, I think I got it for right around $1,500. So I think it's about $100 a horsepower is what they average. I'll go ahead and I'll clean out the drawers and get this thing pretty well cleaned up to move. And so coming up, when I do make the move and everything else, in my next video or two down the road, I will announce that I've got it ready to pick up, and that's it. You know, give me heads up that you're a student, you're in school, and you'd be interested in a lathe, and we'll see what we can do. All right. Let's move back to the project. Well, that's a wrap on our 3 cylinders here, and really we were only doing the video on just the repair that we had to do on the cylinder cap there, and most of the leaks were at the cap itself. This one was leaking because they did a weld repair here, melted out the seals. That's a no-brainer. And this was just had a disintegrated rod seal. It just completely disintegrated. And this one here had some scoring in the rocks, and I think actually the seals themselves were just blown out with some dirt and grit getting in there. And but we saw that the lip seal definitely was really pounded on from the outside. I mean, it looked like he was hitting this against rocks and boulders or whatever. I don't know, you know, maybe he's got a little bit more than a bucket full there. Who knows how you hammer it or something like that. I don't try to picture it all the time. We got rid of the pipe wrench marks and everything else outside here. There was so much burrs and things. Almost looks like maybe it was taken apart and put back together, and it just never really had a chance of being free of grit or dirt or something. You know, it was a field repair. Who knows what actually was causing it? We just know that right now we've got it back together and it's clean, and it should function without any problems. So that's what our customers wanted. They just wanted them to stop leaking, and we had 3 leakers, and we should be all set now. All right, that's a get her done.